Well, progressing on down the way on this gear shift knob for my C4 Corvette. It's a 6-speed and it's got a shift speed placard. It's plastic, typical Corvette. It's not square. It's kind of a combination of square and elliptical shapes there, curved shapes anyway. And what's better yet is it's not even uniformly thick. So that's a good job for a router. So I spent a little time making a jig for the router. And what it is about 9/32 bigger all the way around than this. And it follows a guide bushing on the base of the router and a 1/4-inch solid carbide fluted spiral bit. So what I've got to do is get my jig accurately positioned on the gear shift knob. I'll probably just glue it down on there, because eventually I'll be taking off the wood around the edge and kind of putting a cord around on that, so anything I glue there won't really hurt anything. So I'll do that. Again, I'll probably cut it with a router. I probably won't. Well, I've come to one of the touchiest parts of this whole project. It's time to mortise in this plastic shift placard in the top of the knob. I've got the knob fastened in a fixture with a jig on top of it. I'm ready to take this router. The guide collar on the bottom is a 1/4-inch solid carbide bit, and drop it in this hole right here, and turn on the router, and then go around it carefully and try to cut one of these in there so that will fit in there. These are just test pieces that I use to get the right depth. So I'll try to set this iPhone off to the side and maybe turn it on while I do the route job. Okay, so we'll take the router, turn it on, gently drop it into that hole. We'll go around and around and around to where we end up getting that to fit in there. Okay, so we've got that operation done, and it's a good thing to have done too, because it's pretty touchy work. It looks like we were successful in that. I got a little sliver of wood that I can get out of there very easily with a chisel. Well, all in all, the operation of the router went pretty well. You can see that I've got this mortise cut in the top of the gear shift knob. This insert looks like it's going to fit in there really nice, but I know that once I push it in there, I will have a very difficult time getting it out. It's not like the composition leather and vinyl one or whatever that material is that Corvette makes, but what I'm going to do is take this drill bit, drill a little tiny hole back in the back side of that gear shift knob where it comes out, probably down in there. That way I'll be able to take an Allen wrench or some device, push it backwards, back up out of the gear shift knob, and pop this thing back out of there if I want to get it out, which is important to do because that's how we take the knob off and put it back on. Well, you only really get one shot at doing something like this. It's got to be right the first time. If it's too big, it isn't going to fit. If it's too little, it's hard to come back and do it again. But if you got it done right, it'll pop in there. It'll end up pretty much flush, maybe just a little bit proud. So there it's in there. If you ever wanted to get it back out, it'd be really hard to do. You'd have to take a knife or whatever and pry at it, probably damage it. So the little hole that I cut in the back, put right there. And it works. There's just a few things to do yet before this project is done. One is to fit my rod that's milled out. It's got a keyway cut into it for this part here that locks the whole assembly into place. So I've carefully worked that through. I've fit that into the wood knob so that this keyway will insert into there. I'll take some epoxy, put that in there, epoxy the whole thing together. I also made sure that it'll fit on the Gearshift rod back here as well. I'll go down there. A little keyway. In the original Corvette design, the keyway locked to the vinyl knob. This time the keyway will lock to the threaded insert that will be in the wood knob. So I got the iPhone positioned there so I can get both hands on this. I got stop blocks and guide blocks to try to guide this thing around the router bit, going like this. We'll kind of see what happens here. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. Well, the router and the sander and a little of this and a little of that kind of rolled the edges on a little bit. Looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. So there we have the one that's pretty much done. The only thing I've got to do is a little final sanding. I think I'm going to do a tung oil finish on it. Here's the old one. 20 years of wear and tear. You can see the leather's coming right off of it. The new one's 45 bucks. And I know if I figured my time on this one, probably about a $500 Gearshift knob. But it'll be the only one like it in the whole country, I think. And that's a good thing. So the Gearshift knob is a done deal. The only thing left to do is give it a try. Got it fit up on the car. Everything works great on it. It looks, well, I guess looks are a matter of taste. But that's what it looks like. The only thing left to do is to give it a try. See if it really works. Let's go for a ride.